Good afternoon, and welcome to the Darth Grumpy Dad Twitch stream. Okie dokie. Today, on this stupendous stream, we're gonna go over the Zunimassas haunt we put together yesterday. Probably do a little bit of min-maxing on the gear. Open another window on my little PC over here so I can have a direct look at this build, gear and such. Come on now, load in. There we go. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Build guides. Witchy Doctor. The Haunt. There we go. And I use Maxroll a lot. You can use Icy Veins, you can use Maxroll. I think there's probably some others out there, but those are the two mains I use. Excuse me. I use those, and I also go off of the leaderboards, right? You can get a good idea what you need by looking at these. Now you get a good idea of your gear and a general idea of what rolls you want to get on that gear, right? See how he's got attack speed on that one. He's got damage there, but he needed it because he had to roll for his other crit. Right, so you can get a good idea of what gear you need, what rolls, what gems, legendary gems to use, what your seasonal is. Seasonal gems. That'll give you a good idea. But if you want a tighter, more focused look at it, I do suggest you go to like Maxroll, right? And you look up the build guide for whatever build you're going. Look for the either the solo speed or the solo push variant, right? That's going to get you your best look at the build. Now, like this one, there's two different variations, right? You can use, like I've gone with a guild's power and a guild's search on the shoulders. Whoops, on the shoulders and on the bracers. But I think if you're having a problem with survivability, right, you could go with the pauldrons of the Skeleton King on the shoulders, right? And it's a cheat death, right? Is the affix on that your legendary. When receiving fatal damage, there is a chance that you are instead restored to 25% of maximum life and cause nearby enemies to flee in fear, right? So you can put that on for a cheat death, and then your bracers instead would be Lucani Prowlers, I think. Oh no, Lucambra's Ornament, right? Which is reduce all damage taken by 60% if your Soul Harvest stack is at least 1. And in addition, an additional 2% for each stack of Soul Harvest. Right? So Soul Harvest already gives you damage reduction, right? For having 5 stacks. This just stacks on top of that. It gives you a little bit more survivability. Both of those will give you survivability if you're just getting hammed. Now, whereas the guild search and the guild's power, if you're running those and you look, this is giving you 15 reduced damage taken, right? And increased damage dealt by 30% and 30% damage reduction from elite monsters and plus 30 damage to elites. So this build is more for attacking and killing elites, right? And the other build is for survivability. It gives you way more damage reduction, which is not a bad idea, right? Because if you're just killing everything, but if it gets close to you, you die, right? You might want to switch over to that to get enough paragon and enough augments on your gear to overcome that, because augments on your gear always either gives you, if you're an intelligence based character, it gives you resist all, and if you're strength or dexterity based character, the extra augment, the extra strength or dexterity gives you armor, right? So either way, that they give you more survivability. Um, right. So they put strength in here for the armor because they decided they needed the armor on this build more than they needed the diamonds for the all resist all, right? It was just the way they decided to roll with it. What have we got in here? Oh, one of them. Don't really need it. I mean, that's something more you put. Oh, let's see if there's anything we can extract first. Nope. Oh, I forgot to bring my enchantress over for backup on this, on doing these. But anyways, so that's where we're at. And also, on a side note, I've been working on getting a pass through made or bought. I got a bot, and I was like getting the hardware or the software on my computer and learning how to use it so I can screen cap from my Xbox all my play, run it through my PC and to my monitor or whatever, right? So I can do some overlays, and hopefully soon then in the corners I can have like show some of the other screens I'm looking at for my PC, right? To kind of show you where to go to look for that stuff, and chat overlay and stuff, and just be a little bit more professional on this, right? I'm like trailer park stream right now, right? Uh, but anyways, that's something I'm working on. So if you don't mind, follow me here at Twitch and jumping over to my YouTube channel, and which there should be a link on my page at Twitch, and subscribing to my YouTube page also, because my videos are only up here for like a week and then they go away. But I keep them, I store them all over on my YouTube channel. So you can peruse previous seasons, see what I got going on, get some notifications when I drop a new video. It's all, it's all the fun stuff, all the fun stuff. So let's get into this a little more before we get too much further. For anybody who's new to the game, you're going to want to go in your options. You're going to want to go to your gameplay. You're going to want to make sure elective mode is turned on so you can put your skills on any button you want and use multiple skills from the same category, like defense or offense or, you know, mantras, whatever. Well, you can't have more than two, but you kind of get what I'm saying. And then make sure right here, show advanced tooltips is turned on. If you're playing D4, if on that, like there's a show advanced tooltips in the gameplay menu for that game also. You want to make sure there's two of them in that one. You want to make sure they're both turned on. They're right next to each other. So make sure those are on. It's super good idea to do that. Now, where were we? We were going to min-max gear a little bit. I done some of that yesterday while I was putting it together, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Our dagger, we've already rolled it for damage. Our Zunimassas wraps. We have crit down. There's cooldown on it, and is what we want. What we want on that, I'm sure, is we want attack speed and both of our crits. And our attack speed is our main damage bucket, and we're not using hardly any resource for this build, so we can roll that resource cooldown off for our attack speed. Now we have the crit chance, which is good. I mean, we don't have any extra crit damage on this, but we have the crit chance, So that's a bonus. So we are going to roll the cooldown off. Oh, hit the X button so you can see all the possibilities you can roll off with it. You know, you got your cooldown, your resource, chance to do area damage, which is, you know, so we're going to go in between area damage and attack speed are going to be our main damage buckets on this build, right? And on this one, we want attack speed. So you can see it down there on the list. Hit X to leave it. And then we're going to start rolling this. Hopefully we got plenty enough mass to get this done. There we go. Boom. 7 attack speed off. Oh, we're off and running. Now we're going to get screwed on this piece, on our next piece probably. Oh, come now. Again, we don't need the cooldown. Locust swarm damage. That really should be poison dart damage. Let's go over to this other build. Doom. Now on our Agul's power on our shoulders, we want area damage, reduced cooldowns, and fetish army damage. Yeah, we got the cooldowns. We don't have the fetish armies, but our number one we want on this is area damage. So we got vitality or armor to possibly roll off on these. And this is ancient. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice if it had some intelligence on it, but it doesn't. So, I mean, because that's really, and we could roll the intelligence on with an augment, but we're not going to worry about it right now. We're going to get our area damage. So, I'm going to keep the vitality and roll the armor off. Kind of the lower one there. Area damage. Nice. Look and see, and that maxes out at 20, 11, so that is like not even a mid-roll. That's like, there we go, a little bit better. Roll it probably not, like I said, there's no intelligence on this piece, and it should have intelligence plus our other abilities, like it, but we're just gonna, we're looking for that area damage right now, and that's enough resources on that for now. On our Zunimassas tomorrow, intelligence, vitality, and fetish army damage is what we're looking at here. Strength, why? The strength is from our gems, right? And then it's got intelligence, armor, life per second. I mean, vitality would be a little bit better, but those are good enough. Now we need to find something we can try and roll for that fetish army damage, right? So we're going to select and we're going to scroll down and we're going to hit X. Nope, not on that one. And I know already it's going to either be the armor or life per second. But just because a lot of these, what you can roll on these ones are pretty freaking static, right? So, whoops. You'll know what you need to roll off to get what you need after a bit of time, after a bit of practice, right? So it's going to definitely be our armor or our life per second. And I'm going to go with the life per second. If we look on here, and there it is, 15% fetish army. So that's what we're going to try to get here. Just a little bit of wall of death. What is this? Locust swarm. Life, back to the life. Oh, this one could be a. This one could be a resource drain. Piranhas. We have piranhas on our build. It's not our main damage, but we can hold on to that till we find fetish army. Boom. And it's 15. I think that's max. Yeah, that's max. So then we'll move on to our helm. on our helm, we should have intelligence, vitality, and crit hit chance. And I think I already rolled it for, we had to roll for a socket. But it came with 5.5 out of 6, and it came with the intelligence, vitality. Oh, some of those stats are from our sliver of terror. So we're good there. Had to roll for a socket on that, but we got both of our crits and intelligence. It would preferably be area damage on this. Crit area damage is what you want, and which I guess. I mean, normally for me, I want like crit, and then my elemental damage, like poison, ice, lightning, fire, right? But on this, they're recommending that you have both your crits first. You know, both crits above anything else, right? And they're at 10 and 100, and that's only 55, so it's mid. 8 and 55, and then intelligence. Intelligence is going to give us resist all and damage bonus, so it's doable. And we had to roll for a socket. It's ancient, so we could add more intelligence by augmenting if we wanted to. So all in all, not a horrible piece. Our guild search, 20% poison skill, and that's what we want on our bracers. We almost always want your elemental damage on your bracers, and then crit chance. Low crit chance. Top crit chance is 6 on these. We got 4.5, mid. But it's not an ancient piece either, so we'll be crafting for a better one later, or you would be. And then our offhand is Zunimassas String of Skulls. We have rolled nothing on this yet. Recommended rolls on this are going to be damage, intelligence, vitality, crit hit chance, area damage, and fetish army. That's a lot. We got the fetish army. We've got our crit chance. We got straight damage, intelligence, vitality. Oh my God, this is like, and it's an ancient piece. And I think this is something that dropped in gameplay with another character. And I was like, oh, that kind of looks like a good Zunimassas. And that's going to be our Witch Doctor we're doing later. So I threw it in the stash. And look how damn good. We just got to roll that cooldown off for area damage. And this is a rockin' piece. And that's the max fetish, 20%. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to roll this cooldown off for some area damage. Hopefully. There's 11 out of 20. Not bad, not bad. Nice start. 16. Come on, roll them dice. Give Daddy 20. Back to 11. Oof. I'll give it a couple more. And 16's a little above mid. So it's hard to stop though. It's like all the way back to 10 on that one. Yep, we'll call it there. We'll call that good for now. Now, our Convo of Elements. This one came with attack speed. Now, it's mid as far as the crit chance and the crit dam. I had to roll it a whole bunch of times just to get, hey, now, what do you do? What is this? Just to get, yesterday, if I remember right, just to get that crit dam, I rolled it a whole bunch of times, right? But we have both of our crits, and we have attack speed on it, and our elemental damage increase is 199 out of 200, which is not bad, which is nothing, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. And then Zunimassas Pox, right? And we have rolled nothing on this yet. Fortunate, it came with a socket. Now, what we want on this, we're going to want attack speed, crit, and health globes is what they suggest you want the most on, right? And we have intelligence, vitality, area damage. Yeah, I mean, cold, vitality. Yeah, we're kind of screwed because we got to roll so we don't have either of our crits, which is just so it's just kind of garbage. But it's the one we got, and we can at least roll this area damage off for our attack speed, right? Double check it's there. Yep, it's there. Yeah, rather disappointing piece, but hey, there we go. First roll, we'll call that. I'll be happy with that. And we'll roll over our next piece we want to look at, min-maxing before we head out, is going to be our Zunimassas trails. We want intelligence, vitality, resist all armor, intelligence, and health globes on this. Internal resist all. I mean, we got just about everything except the armor. We got movement speed. We could roll that for the armor if we wanted, but it really is a good piece. I think it's fine the way it is. We're not even going to mess with it. Not even going to mess with it. All right, our next piece we want to look at is our depth diggers. And we actually do not want any sockets on these, right? And we want intelligence, vitality, armor, and poison dart damage. So we got intelligence, vitality, resist all. I mean, not armor, but I mean, resist all, good deal. And plague of toads. So we're going to roll that plague of toads off for our poison dart damage, right? Hit X, double check it's on our list. Poison dart damage is on the list. And here we go. Firebomb. And it came with 83. I think it caps out at 100 damage. So, I mean, better than mid. I mean, there's 13, and I believe that caps at 15. Yeah, 15. So we'll call that, we can be happy with that. Right? And then this, and we already rolled our poison dart damage on this. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we had our max 7% attack speed, max 50% crit damage on this piece. So, not bad, not bad. And another way to check your ranges on your pieces, you go in and, right, you select A, so it highlights your piece. And then you press to the left on your cross directional in the middle. And it'll show you all your stat ranges on your pieces, right? See how that changed? 400, 500, da-da-da. And then you just hit to the left again to close it up. So if you don't want to go look up, see if you're not using, you just know you need that stat and you want to double check what the range is. That's a quick and easy way to do it. It gets to be a little bit too much information up front. You start getting a little overload. So I usually just drop it down because I can turn it on and off, right? Just super easy. All right. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo. So we've min-maxed a bit. Now I think, if I remember right, I was going to try and run 100 with this. And I didn't grab my enchanter, so I'm not sure how well we'll do on this. But we'll give it a whirl. First, let's go over the skills one more time. Right, so on our A button, I've got our poison dart, spined dart. On right trigger, I've got soul harvest languish. Turn his head out of the way here. On the X button, there we go. On the X button, I have horrify, frightening aspect, right? It just gives us armor. Just beefs us up a bit. All right. And then we have our fetish army, legion of daggers. Then we have piranhas, piranado. We have, and then, oh yeah, on Y, and then on B, and then on right bumper, we have Spirit Walk Jaunt. Our passives are Pierce the Veil, Fetish Sycophants, Spirit Vessel, and our last one I don't have it equipped yet is going to be Grave Injustice, which again is kind of a cheat death. Oh no, it's not. Maximum life and mana. Reduce the cooldown of your skills by 1 second when an enemy dies within 20 yards. So actually that's a cooldown. Yeah, nice. In the cube, now it recommends in the cube Echoing Fury, and I've got Messerschmitt's Reverb because it just straight gives me, for every guy I kill, it gives me a second of cooldown. Echoing Fury envelops you in in a frenzy, right? It envelops you in an aura that gives you frenzy, which is attack speed. So you just attack faster, which is again part of your damage bucket, how damage builds on this build. And I've chosen to forego some of that damage for cooldown. I mean, you can go either way, and like I'm debating whether to even. And then, like I was saying yesterday too, you can give up a little bit of damage and replace your Convention of Elements with an Obsidian of the Zodiac, because your Pyrenees is a spender, and so every time you hit a guy with that spender, it'll take a second off one of your cooldowns. Right? So, I mean, and that's up to you. It depends. If your cooldowns just aren't good enough, if you're getting thumped because you're waiting on cooldowns, it's an idea you can do. Like, okay, so this is how we'll give it a little try. I'll go with the suggested build first. Right? Oh, and also Paragon. That's assuming, I mean, 1,000 Paragon isn't really a lot. But I will just set these all at 50, assuming around 800 Paragon, right? To run a 100, which is respectable, right? Like, $110, probably a little high for this build to start with. We should act. Well, we know we can do T16, which is a 75, right? T16 75, and we're out there, we're running it pretty consistently without any issues. So we'll start 10 higher, right? We'll go with an 85. Now, this build really is like, you can't build any of your defense early. There's nothing you can wind up. You got to wait till monsters show up and cast your spells and then lay onto your darts. Right? Oop, hung up there. So you got to kind of get in with the monsters too to get your haunt, and then you can back off. And some of your attacks are short range, and your curses and such are short range anyways. So you kind of have to get close to them, which I'm sure is why they were using the Skeleton King's Pauldrons and the Lucambra Bracers, right? For all that extra damage reduction. And this is kind of, and we'll run like this. We'll run this one like this. And then we'll do our experiment afterwards. We'll switch back to the Messerschmitt's Reaver and I'll add the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac. Which way? Which way? What? Oh, I thought that was a dead end. Silly me. Ooh, that's handy. And again, this is without the benefit of my follower who would give me cooldowns or elemental damage. And since there's so little elemental damage in this build, I'm guessing they probably suggest that you use the elemental enchant on your. Oh no, they don't even want you to use the follower does not die. They want you to use the follower gains access to all skills totem for her focus. But I guess, yeah, I see the value in that. I do. I see the value in doing that. But then your enchantress is dead. And so you're not gaining any of the benefits. Any of the benefits, right? I mean, you can have half the benefits and have them all the time if you put your follower does not die on her or not. Because it doesn't matter. I mean, how pumped up you make all of her pieces ancient or primal and augment them all with 150 gems and the whole gig. Like, she's just not going to be alive most of the time in higher risks. So you're losing out. You're right? Oops, I keep forgetting to cast all my stuff. This is one of those ones where you really need to cast everything, right? Because you need it for that extra attack speed you get from your Sliver of Terror. You need to have all them skills on cooldown. You get that extra 25% attack speed. And it's doing really good, actually. Now that I'm not quite talking so much and paying attention to what I'm doing here. Yeah, it's like our cooldowns are getting cooked off. Marine Grinder, Echoing Fury. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gaining. Something's giving me cooldown reduction when I hit with attacks. And I'm not positive what, because you can watch the dials over there. You can see them bumping. See that? The horror jump? It's got to be one of those. One of those is giving me some cooldown reduction that I missed in the description because I didn't read them all. So, I guess we don't need to worry about it all that much. We'll have to push a little higher, try a couple other ones. And this really is, you just run up on them and hold all the buttons down when you get to the crowd. I mean, you can plan your rotation out a little bit better. But your cooldowns are pretty good. Your cooldowns are pretty consistent on this so far. And probably don't need to be all uppity about your rotation. That was absolutely odd. My Xbox, the headset totally disconnected, and it said the controller was disconnected, but the light was on. It was just disconnected for some reason. And I know I changed the batteries before I started streaming because it's a habit, generally speaking, to check those batteries before I even get going. Yeah, it's kind of a lazy man's build. I like it. Just run up and hold the buttons. Oop, that one kind of got us. Silly spear chucker. There we go. I was locked onto some guy out over here. This dude, way off in the distance, shooting at him for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, so that's what I get for not clearly reading all my descriptions. Apparently, we are getting plenty of cooldown reduction on off of something on this build. My name is Ushi. Let's see our simplicity strength. There we go. Yeah, I only got that at 25. So we'll pump some more on that. Yeah, increase primary skill damage. That's when you definitely want to pump this up as high as you can get it. Your main damage creator is that poison dart. All right, let's head back. Close this up, see what it took us. I was actually kind of shocked when 6 minutes. But I was BSing in there a little bit, so. All right, shoot a deadly dart. Poison 2 seconds. Convert to physical. Increase your armor. Right. Doodle-doo. Here we go. Daggers. Seconds. Effective will also take 15 increased damage. Tornado. That's fine. Suction. Increases cooldown to 16 seconds. Oh, right, duh. The Grave Injustice, the final one. Gosh, dang, my brain. I did read this, and it like right in my eyeballs, right out the back of my head. Gain 1% of your maximum life and mana, and reduce the cooldown of all your skills by 1 second when an enemy dies within 20 yards. The range of this extended by items that increase your gold pickup radius. Yeah. So that's where we're getting our cooldown. And I read it. I looked at it. I read it, and it went right out, right in, right out, right? That was our cheat death. That's our extra finish sycophants, right? And 20%. Mana costs are increased by 30. But yeah, and then we've got a bunch of mana cost reducers on our skills for this stuff, right? And then in the build itself, right? Poison dart damage. So, got lots of Paragon out of that. Wow, we got 200 points of Paragon in that one run. That's incredible. Well, that was an 85. Let's push up a 95. Again, we just roll up and hold all of our buttons down. Taking a little bit longer to kill stuff now. Oh yeah, that Pyranado. Let's run up. Whoa! All that extra elite damage we got going on, man. So it's kind of again, like most of these push builds, they're elite. They're elite hunters, right? Right, you might want to group up and like kill a small group of trash to get your there we go, that going, to get your Nephilim's glory to drop, and then skitter on down the road and look for a pack to kill. As soon as our tornado goes here, boom. For a build with area damage in it, like we don't do a whole lot of like actual area damage. It's like all of our minions will aim at one guy, see, and it ends up being single target damage. So pick your target and blast at him. Okay, let's run along here. Go see if we can find another. It's a nice pack of. See now, see if we can get it. That sucked. There we go. That's a little trash mob. Yeah, I might try when we go up another level higher. We'll, because it is kind of a big deal. It's being a big deal. Turned out to be a big deal that we have that Pyranado active. That's really cranking when that thing pops. It really cranks up the damage. So. There we go. Run along, see if we can find another pack. That's the way out. See if there's a pack down here on the end. Not really. Oof, that schmucked me. Cooldown circle. Oh, and the one that got sucked in had the shield on. Power pylon. And again, so this is without our follower. Just us. We've taken Paragon out. Our Simplicity Strength, which would be our main damage creator, is pretty low level as far as our legendary gems go. Seasonal gems, they're always badass. Come on. Oop. There's. Just trying to get that extra progression orb. Oh, E-Pack. Another E-Pack. There we go. Yep, pretty much as soon as that Purinado pops, it's all over. Oh, I got an extra bit of the hoarder now. Nice, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, hello, Doomsday. Sorry, I was not on that screen, the chat screen. Seven minutes. Now, we're going to attempt our switch up. Drug up some new things. And we're doing suppose identify and oh, Sorlat's madness. This wand laughs at your death or something like that. This wand finds your death humorous. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've gotten that as my first wand a couple of seasons on the Sork, and I was like, really? That's like, really? Kool-Aid. No, that's not a very good one. Not a very good combo. Right. And then... Okay, let's see. Ah ha ha! There's one with attack speed even. That I probably used on a different build, so because I needed attack speed. See, yeah, that takes a bunch out, right? Because we lose them crits. In the quest for cooldown. Whoops. Oh, and I put it away. Was that stricken? Yeah. There we go. And what was it? 7 minutes and... Well, we will check really quick. God damn. 95 and 7 minutes and 32 seconds. Right? We'll run her again and see what happens now this go round. See if having our skills see what happens when it pops in this. Oh yeah, look at that. You'll find an E-pack. Oop. It's nice when you find a big crowd and then it pops again right away. Oh, nice for him to do this in. Yep. It's set. Don't die. Starts cracking in my ear. I know it's bad. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Straight up attack speed. Where's the pack? Aha, here we go. Oh! Here's the pack. And here goes our piranha, and there goes the pack. So it's a little faster, but not much. Ugh. Oh. Oh, well, hit the next floor. Oof, the cemetery. Oh, here comes another E-pack. There we go. Oh. So it's about the same amount of time. Actually, it might have taken us a little bit longer without the extra attack speed. And once again, as soon as that Pyrenado hits, it goes down like a big kid on a softy cone. Yep. So that's how that goes. Close that. Let's see. 7:30. It's about the same. About the same. About the same either way. So. Excuse me. Just not enough monsters getting hit with resource spending attacks to make a big enough deal on the resource cooldown. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to do before I called this one a good one. Identify, clear out. I don't think so. I think I'm pretty good here. Oh. Hunting girdle. Seem to remember using that. I remember using this on a build for a while too. 30% damage you take is redirected to your zombie dogs. Uncapian Serpent. Not a bad build all in all. Pretty fun, actually. Pretty fun. Like we could have boosted it up a little bit by spending ashes on our dagger and making it primal. And we had enough, probably have enough topaz to augment some of these pieces. But just as a build we put together by crafting rares and upgrading them to legendary to get our pieces, and just doing some minor min-maxing on some of our pieces, getting some proper rolls going. And it ran a 95. We didn't quite get 100. Like, we could do 100, but it'd be a line. It'd be like 8 or 10 minute 100. And so that just tells us the build needs a little bit more work before pushing on. We went over our skills, effects. I know I read them all at one point, went over them. Paragon, and oh yeah, that was a 95, taking most of our Paragon out. Just like going on the premise that we only had like 800 Paragon. Right? One of our main damage traders, the Simplicity Strength, is only level 38. So what else? Yep. That's that, I think. Like I just got hit with a wave of the nods. Like you ever see them guys in church on Sunday where their heads just like nodding? Guy in the guy in study group, right? Nodding off all the time. But yeah, so this is a pretty fun build. Our main damage, the way it works, is our fetish army, as it shows here, lasts until they die, so they have life bars. Cooldown of fetish army is reduced by 80%, so we can have uptime on it a lot more. Our pets take 3% less damage for every fetish, you and your pet, so it's a big damage reducer. Enemies hit by your mana spender, which is the Pyrenado, right? That was our main. That's what cooks off all of our damage stacks. It's getting hit with that Pyrenado, and they take an extra 13,000 damage from our pets for 8 seconds. And our pets do basic skill damage, the poison dart damage. That's why we have our increased primary skill damage on our Death Diggers. That's why we have the Simplicity Strength. Right? So we want stuff that increase basic damage. And then these are just to do extra elite damage in the build, our guilds. This is stack 1% of because, and what this is probably stacks stricken pretty quickly, because the first thing they're going to be hit, they're not going to be hit with the Pyrenado, or they're not going to be hit with our Haunt or our Horrify or anything like that. First thing you're going to get hit with is going to be the darts, because those darts fly way out there. Oh, come on. Right? So they're going to be hit with that first. So that's the damage a monster takes first will be the damage that procs your Bane of the Stricken, the next stack of stricken damage, 1% extra damage. So, I mean, it probably stacks a lot of stricken damage. Cooldown on to the next stack is being really short, because this is not a channeling skill, it's a basic skill. So the cooldown on your stricken is a lot shorter. Stack it up a lot faster. This creates the effect where our closest 10 fetishes fire our poison dart, which is our basic damage and basic damage stacker multiplier. Yeah, kind of fun. Right in, hit them with some darts, cast these to, and then you pop your Pyrenado. So that's get them all taking damage, and then you pop that Pyrenado to pop all your multipliers, takes them right out. It's a pretty fun little build. All right, thank you for joining me here at Darth Grumpy Dad Games on Twitch. Please follow me here. Maybe get a notification when I go live, so you know, even if you don't have time to watch, right? Get that notification so you know that there'll be a video dropping on YouTube in the next couple hours, because almost as soon as I'm done here, I almost immediately start exporting to YouTube. So then that video will be available 20 minutes, half hour, something like that after I'm done streaming, and you can go check it out at your leisure. All right, thanks for joining me here. And again, once again, follow me here, jump over, subscribe on YouTube, get some notifications when I post a video. And also again, I'm streaming on my Xbox. All my gameplay is on the Xbox for Xbox players. Help get the word out there that there's a streamer doing that. Have a good one. Catch you later.